Hello, my Bening and Joya. First time I want to introduce myself. My name is Kinasih from Kinasih. In this occasion, I would like to present about how the COVID-19 pandemic put the international flower industry into chaos. First, the source of all this presentation is come from CBC video in the YouTube and the material from our class. First time we got into a question, how did the COVID-19 have an impact to the international flower industry? Uh, this video has a proof whether the COVID-19 is have an impact or not in the flower industry. So let's get watch it.
Inside North America's largest floral auction, buckets of blooms sit barely touched.
It's been bad for local growers.
Like many others, business for the local floral industry has dried up. That's despite major competitors like South America and Europe falling by the wayside and growing interest in at-home gardening. But it just isn't making up for the overall lack of demand.
The pie has shrunk so much that the actual volumes going through in local products are much less than they were a year ago.
Since mid-March, sales have dropped 49% at United Local Growers, auctioneers that connect local farmers with buyers.
The designers and florists of our communities, and I'm talking about florists right across Western Canada, have been severely impacted by the downturn.
No weddings, grads, corporate events, or even funerals are happening, critical blows to the industry. In Chilliwack, the Brugums were forced to throw away tens of thousands of chrysanthemums when sales plummeted by 70% last month.
At Easter, things picked up, but even Easter sales were probably down 40% compared to last year. So it's been a tough go.
The loss of competition, though, has benefited a rare few, like the Last Rose Farm in Canada.
To get an import rose out of South America, they've got to fly it into Miami and truck it all the way across the states to get it here. And a lot of that supply chain's been interrupted,
leading to an increased demand for roses, but business still isn't exactly blooming. Overall, Worsfold says they've seen a 40% decline, also having to throw away tens of thousands of roses, but not before sending out 6-feet-tall wreaths of gratitude to hospitals on Vancouver Island and the mainland.
They just offer color and hope and new growth and life.
The hope now is for a prosperous Mother's Day.
I think this year it's going to be more important than ever.
We don't have brunch, we don't have lunch, we don't have dinner. It's hard to shop, but you can send flowers to your mom.
So send a bouquet or two if you can. And these farmers say, ask for local buds and support those in your backyard. Leanne Young, CBC News, Vancouver.
Okay, so from the video that came from the CBC Vancouver, we know that the COVID-19 pandemic has a significant impact on the flower industry. And this pandemic is impact all the flower variety. The COVID pandemic has affected the supply chain, flower farmers, and so for the flower retailers. This effect is include the decrease of the productivity, increase of the flower selling cost, and declining the flower sales. So let's get to the overview. The COVID-19 pandemic is disrupted the international flower industry, creating a chaos across the supply chain. In the presentation, I will explore 3 serious problems that paralyzed this industry. The cause and effect of each problem and how florists and farmers in United States responded to the pandemic. Okay, so the first problem is supply chain disruption. The cause of this problem is lockdown and travel restriction. During the pandemic, many countries implemented the strict lockdowns and travel restriction to curb the spread of the virus. This problem can make the problem is transportation and logistic operation in the flower industries. And as we all know that the flower has to get a special treats so that they don't get not fresh again to the customer. And then the impact is market shortage. Retailer and wholesaler can face a shortage. This affecting their ability to meet consumer demand and maintain the business operation. And then the second problem is labor shortage. The cause of this problem is health risk and illness. So many workers fell into ill of COVID-19 or were unable to work due to the health risk and pandemic that caused by COVID-19. This thing is lead to a reduction of available labor. So this thing impact the reduce of production and operational delays. With the fewer workers available, the capacity to plant, care for, and harvest the flower was significantly impacted, that reducing overall flowers production. And then another problem is shift in demands. This problem is caused by many events that cancel during the pandemic. So the restriction is make the people unable to hold their event anymore. So this event cancellation, like large gathering, including weddings, parties, corporate event, were canceled or postponed during the pandemic. These things can reducing the demand of the flower typically that used in this event. And then this thing impact to unsold flower inventory. Flower inventory in a large quantities of flower when unsold. This thing lead to a significant waste and financial losses from for the flower growers and retailers. So the impact of the florist farmer. First thing is shortage. The limited availability of popular flower made it difficult to fulfill the orders. And then cost increase. The price of the flowers is increased due to the scarcity that it may feel harder to maintain the profit margin. For example, the florists struggle to source enough flowers to meet the demands, while the farmers face increased cost and reduce the revenue. And then adjust business and practice. Florists adjust their business to practice to the cope with the disruption. There is two things in these topics. First thing is advanced planning. So the flower farmers and flower growers can sourcing flowers earlier from the different location and not from the one supply chain. And then the second one is client communication. The flower farmers or the retailers can tell the customer about the situation of the delays of the transportation, and maybe the customer can managing their expectation. For example, a florist owner do sourcing strategies and communicated flexibility with the clients to manage the impacts of the shortage. So we get into the conclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic can cause a significant disruption in the international flower industry. By understanding the problems and industry's response, we can develop a better strategies for a future resilience. Resilience and adaptability. And adaptability are crucial from the global crisis. The flower industry must continue to innovate and collaborate to overcome ongoing and future challenges. Thank you for listening. So we get into the Q&A time. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, Jenny, for your presentation. So my name is Joya Melika Mutiarini with NPM 210611504. I have one question for you. Do you have any suggestions for better solution to help the flower industry in future crisis? Thank you.
Okay, so let me answer that. Maybe yes, the if we enhancing the local flower farming to reduce dependency on international supply chains would be beneficial. Investing in the greenhouse technology and training program also can increase the local production. Maybe developing robust and flexible supply chain using the digital tools for better forecasting and logistic management is also a beneficial one. That's all. Maybe is that enough?
Yeah, it's enough. Thank you, Jen.
Okay, thank you, Joya and Membening. I'm sorry for if my voice doesn't really clear because I have a new brace. Thank you.